Welcome back to the game, everyone. Last time we left off, the intrepid party had retrieved the really big gemstone, had loaded it into their cart, had slugged their way through forest, mud, and trees, and whatever to get to one of the main roads in this area. And they had a discussion when they got to the main road of whether they were going to travel by sea back to Gumtar Stronghold or whether they were going to go overland. They were about 2 days out from the city of Brightglas and about from the city of Corcliffe where they arrived to this area, this region. Last that we left off with the party, they had decided to travel inland and travel the inland road down south to get back to the city. However, we never know. That might change. The fickle winds might be different. It is currently the 12th day of Brinsoff in the world of Eldarin. Pick back up with our party, and I'll switch us to the world map. The region. Actually, get you to the right section of the region as soon as I get there. We are. As you arrive on the road, you've already camped. It's early as you begin your set out the journey. The road lays before you. The road here runs, well, more or less east to west. It really kind of runs more northeast to southwest, but it runs more or less east to west. You're between the towns of Corcliffe, which is on the coast, and the town of Brightglas. Of course, you don't really know how close you are to either town, and you do know at some point you know that the river will cross the road, and you know that's something because you know that Brightglas is situated near a stream or a river. So I'll hand it over to the party. It looks like we have Bertra and Rand here, and Bender as well, and Dash as well. And now my dinner's going to make my nose start running.
Well, guys, the plan was to continue to Brightglas, correct?
Yeah, unless somebody's had a change of heart.
Grun kind of looks around the group and goes, "I still think we should take a boat. Y'all coward."
Probably, but I do better with my feet on the ground.
You afraid of water, little man? Well, little cat.
Just a healthy respect.
Figures.
Now, we camped last night. Did we camp like pretty close to the vault, or did we camp on the road heading to Brightglas?
Well, you had to actually make a camp. You stayed outside the vault one night after retrieving the gemstone, and actually, I think you may actually stayed in the vault that night. Then you traveled back toward the road and connected with the road, and you camped before you reached off the edge of the road. So as you get up in the morning, you're ready to go. You know the road's like just over the rise, and you'll be on the road.
Let's do it, guys. Corum's gonna kind of take a scouting position ahead.
Okay.
So we have Grun with us, and we have Lightning with us, and Bertra and Dash.
And Nalia. The whole group's there.
Yeah, Nalia's still with us for now.
Yeah, she said she didn't want to leave the party until after she got back to Gumtar. She'd take that time until she figured out if she was willing to use the scroll of teleportation she received and travel that way, or whether she's going to find her another way back to her homeland.
I gotcha. Corum's ready to go.
Okay, so as you guys set out on the road, this road, a couple of things that strike you about it. One, it's fairly well traveled. It's some roads in various regions that you all traveled in over times individually. Particularly Bertra. The road is more like a track where the grass is somewhat beaten aside. This road, however, is wide It is well traveled. You can tell by the cart marks on it. There are a number of ruts, and it's fairly well maintained. I mean, it's not like it's a perfect road. It's talking about a dirt path, more or less, going through the wilderness, but it's in fairly good shape. And there actually are marker stones periodically along the way, mile marker type stones that mark the road with signs, pointing, what cities in which direction, that sort of thing. As you travel, again, you're headed more of kind of a southwesternly route, more west southwest than as you're headed toward Brightglas. Around about midday, you hear ahead of you the sounds of a wagon. And you can hear the handler on the wagon talking to someone there on the wagon with him, or someone. You can't quite see them yet because they're kind of over the rise from you, but you can hear him talking, and you can hear the pack animals or the horse, some kind of horses, or what a beast of burden is they're using, pulling the wagon. You can tell it's a fairly healthy sound that is going across there. They're not trying to be quiet or stealthy or anything like that. It doesn't take long until the wagon tops the rise, and you can see a mule team of 6 mules. Those mules are there's the cartier, or the person in charge of the cart, sitting on the bench, and he's got a whip, and he periodically crack the whip to keep the mules moving. And behind him is this cart. The cart actually has 6 wheels. That's how long it is. And instead of being a typical cart, with wooden sides and open in the middle, kind of like your cart is, this 6-wheeled wagon seems to look like a huge cask set on its side as they're coming down through there. And as soon as they see you, the handler pulls back on the cart, even because you're still you're still a good bow shot away from him. He pulls back on the cart and says, "Ho there! Greetings, travelers!
Well met.
Where are you bound for?"
We are making our way to Brightglas. How are the roads ahead?
"Roads ahead are fine." He snaps the reins, and slowly the whole contraption starts rolling in. It doesn't take him too long till you guys close up on each other. And as it gets closer, you can see he's wearing a simple clothing. The tunic of his shirt. He has a green tunic on. And now that you're closer to it, the wagon, again, still reminds you of a huge cask. As if the whole wagon is one big barrel on wheels. So you headed to Brightglas, are you? And of course, now that you're closer and you can get a better look at him, he's a human, probably in his mid-40s, and he appears to be by himself. And
who is he talking to then? Didn't we hear?
Yeah. So he appears to be by himself. He says, "Where did you get off to? Little varmint, where'd he go?" And he turns and goes, "Half fella? Where's that little half fella go?" And then on the back of the wagon, a little short person stands up, and I try not to stereotype here because he realizes he's standing on top of it, and you realize immediately he's a halfling. And he goes, "How would you like if I called you whole fella?" "Oh, pardon my behavior." And he actually walks carefully and almost nimbly up the wagon across the crest of the barrel to the front. And he sticks out his hand and goes, "My name is... and who might you be?"
My name is Coram, and this is my friends Bertra and Dash. Lightning.
Ah. So what? You traveling to Brightglas? I hear. What business do you have there?
Our business is our own, if it pleases you.
That's fine. That's fine. We understand. So just kind of looks up at the sun and goes, "Not gonna make it today. Should make it tomorrow, though. A good 2 days back from here."
Do you have a recommendation on campsites?
Yeah. There's should be about evening, depending on how fast you're moving. You're going to cross a small stream that crosses the road. Just about a mile past that, there'll be a winding path goes off to the right. It doesn't go far, mind you. And there's a small grove over there that we use all the time in our travel.
Excellent. We appreciate the tip.
And the stream runs clean. Nothing to worry about in the water there. Not as clean as this, and he kind of pats the cask he stands.
Do you have any wares for sale?
Sorry,
Or-
friend, this is all spoken for. This is all headed into Corcliffe. And you actually, as you're standing there, you can see written in common down the side of it is this somewhat flowery script. I mean, it's in common script, but it's kind of flowery and fancy looking. And the words Butter Burr Brewery are written across it. Finest spirits in all of Brightglas.
I have to make a stop.
Would appreciate that, friend. Would appreciate that. I wish I could give you this, but this is not for drinking.
What's it for then?
Got to me, I wouldn't drink it to make you go blind. Dwarves might like it. They'll drink anything.
Well, that seems right up. Looking over at Grun.
Yeah, Grun's like, what is it? Oh, in here? Well, we call it vodka. But that's kind of being polite. They use it for something out in Corcliffe. They buy it by the wagon load like this. We bring in about a wagon once a month to them. Quite sure what they use it all for.
Grun was here, he'd be definitely pushing to follow this wagon. Cork.
Yes, actually, it's like, I'll try a cup. I'll try a cup. Well, hold on a minute. And he disappears back over there. The guy in the front, who's the handler of the wagon, he's like, he just shakes his, buddy, I know you're kind of tough. I've met a few Minotaur in my life, but ain't no way you get me to drink that stuff. More like turpentine than vodka. And the little guy comes back. He goes to the top of the cart. And you really hadn't noticed it before just because it didn't stick out. But he pries a section of the top loose, kind of like a cork. It's maybe the size of a dinner plate. And he has a metal cup with a string on it. He drops it down in there and you hear it go plunk. It doesn't go very far in. And he pulls it out. He sniffs it and you see him kind of like close his eyes and almost roll his eyes while his eyes are closed. He goes, drink that. He brings it down to Grun and he hands it to Grun. Lead up the group is Grun. Grun sniffs it and it actually burns his nostrils. Okay, so let's see here. Let me get Grun up. Is he going to be? I feel fairly certain that he would.
If not, Dasher's going to definitely try to push him into it.
Okay. Up here on my screen.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, let's
Hey, I
see.
just didn't realize that Minotaurs are half chicken.
He looks at you. He reaches out and takes the cup. Of course, he's already got it. He's kind of sniffing. Goes, seems stout. Let's see how he rolls. Oh, Oh! Gun goes, yeah, what the hell? Turns it up. And as soon as he turns it up, he just downs the whole cup. And the cup's like, like the size of a teacup. He downs the whole cup in one gulp. He sticks out and hands it back to the person and he goes, smooth. And even for Grun, his voice is about 3 octaves lower. Pretty good stuff. You say that's not the good stuff? The guy goes, nah, this is just stuff they order in bulk. We got better back in Brightglas. You stop at Butterburs and you tell them that I sent you. They'll hook you up. Grunt kind of looks and goes, looks at the rest and goes, maybe we could get some of this for the bar.
So, some of this or the good stuff?
Well, probably the good stuff. This is not bad though.
And out of character, he's clearly lying, right?
Oh yeah, he's lying through his teeth. He's trying to hold it in. The fact that that it was pretty. It's vodka, more like turpentine with vodka label stuff stuck on it, but it's vodka.
5.
Well, if you like, Ron, we could probably talk them into giving you another glass.
Nah, I think one will do me. We got more traveling to do tonight.
Oh, like that's ever stopped you before?
Yeah, but this is gonna have to stop me because he almost leans over towards you, Dash, because he's a big grunt. He leans down, he had like the end of his mouth, and he's still being rather loud. He goes, "It ain't that great. I'm trying not to be rude."
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were good with manners.
I'm trying. Now you said I need to be better.
And at that point, Dash pats Ron on the back and says, well, sounds like we'll have to check this place out when we get to town.
Okay. Meanwhile, while all this has been going on after he had handed the drink out, and he kind of watched and he shook his head as his grunt, because he heard everything Trent said. But he didn't seem to be offended at all. He goes, I wouldn't drink it either. And he goes back and he shuts the top of this rolling barrel. I mean, this thing is, it's the size of 2 wagons, full-size wagons put together with 3 axles on it, with wheels on both sides, and six donkeys dragging it. We got to get moving because we want to make Brightglas by tomorrow morning at the latest. How's the road ahead of us?
We traveled the road roughly 2 days ago, and it was clear to the point that we traveled.
Good to hear. Wait a minute. Then where you been in the last 2 days?
Oh, hunting.
Ah. Kind of looks like us. Not having luck?
No luck. But we hear that there is a delicious brewery in Brightglas that might make the trip worthwhile. That
it will, my friends. And come on, Simmons, we got work to do. And the older guy, he cracks the whip, and the donkeys start moving, and they start rolling on toward Corcliff. Because remember, Butterbird Brewery, best.
Butterbeer Brewery?
Yes.
Okay.
Butterbur, sorry.
Butterbur.
Butterbur, not butterbeer, Butterbur.
That is a tongue twister, man.
Yeah. So,
all right, off we go. I'm gonna be kind of on the lookout for that stream that crosses the road, and then a mile past it, and then to try to find that grove.
And his directions are fairly clear to you. The stream isn't much of a stream whenever you do finally find it. You would have probably, had you not realized, been told it was a stream, you would have probably with water going across the road. It's not like it's a deep stream or anything, but you do find it, and then with a mile past that, you find a branching turning off, It's fairly hilly. There's not a whole lot of. I mean, there's woods around you. There's forest around you, but not huge amounts of it. It's kind of rolling hills through here, and you find the little spur. I'm assuming. Do you go scout it out before the rest of the party travels down it?
Yeah, I will, or
Okay.
Dash and I together.
Okay, that's fine. So a couple of us decide, so you guys wait here. We'll check it out, and you disappear down the road, and you find this little grove of a clear through it all, far enough off the road that the way the land is, it's kind of obscured from the road, so that it wouldn't you wouldn't easily be spotted by other passerbyers going by on the road. And the stream widens. Of course, there's a small stream running through the woods here as well, that has a little bit of water, a little pool of water that you can pull water for your horses from and for your mounts from. And you can see the wagon rut marks, where the wagon had been here, or a wagon had been here recently.
Does it look defensible at all, or?
Actually, yeah, it is kind of defensible. The best part about it is kind of down like in a hollow, so you're kind of like in a. But you could easily station one or two people sitting on top of the bowl on watch and get the whole area watched, or one person stationed toward the road watching the roadway, and you'd probably be in fairly good shape.
Got it. All right. So we may and get some food.
Okay.
Fill up our camp.
Yeah, it's fairly easy to make camp. Are you actually pitching tents tonight?
Quorum doesn't personally have a tent.
I think we all have
bedroll,
bedrolls.
things like that.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So you're able to quickly pitch your bedrolls and get things ready. Who's got first watch?
Dash can take first watch. And as a quick note, just as we've been going along, Dash is just taking some time whenever he can to try to map out where we've been.
Okay, that's fine.
With his cartographer tools to make sure it looks nice and neat. So that way, maybe I can sell it or something like that.
That's fine. Perfectly fine. So the first watch, give me a perception check. Dash. And how long is your watch? 2 hours or 4 hours?
Well, I was planning on 2 hours.
Okay, I was just curious. We'd never actually talked about that. So your watch passes fairly. I mean, the sun's already well down before the others set up their bedrolls and crash out for the night. And you set working on sketching your map by the firelight, and watching the area from your vantage point. The only thing that you notice, you hear something go by in the wood, but it sounded creature or animal, not a person or a sneak up in your camp. You see no lights or anything during. So who do you wake up?
I guess we didn't actually talk about beforehand, but knowing that Quorum will take the last half of the night, I'll start with Bertra.
Okay.
Just wake up Bertra and be like, Bertra, we never figured out who was going to be on watch next. Do you mind?
Oh, all right. Do it. Chugs.
Okay. Bertra takes over from Dash, and Bertra not happy about it, obviously, as Bertra crawls out of her warm blankets to stand watching the cooler. I mean, it's not cold by any means, but it's cooler in the evening, obviously. And she watches things, and again, you hear nothing of note or anything out of the ordinary throughout your part of the watch. And your 2 hours winds its way apart. You can tell by the position of the two moons that it's what time the next watch. And I'm assuming you go wake up Quorum at that point.
Yeah.
Quorum, I'll need
ready to go for the day.
Okay, I'll need 2 perception for. Okay. Could have just say to 1, couldn't I? Same thing for you. The night pass, the midnight to morning, the early morning hours as the sun starts to come up passes fairly easily. Maybe it's a deer, some kind of large animal, or a couple of large animals moving in the distance, but again, nothing to worry about.
All right.
And
I want to see the sunrise, kind of overlooking the camp, and then when it seems like everybody will have enough rest, I'll go start waking people up.
all right. So you guys go about your morning routines. By now you've traveled enough together. You know how long it takes everybody to get ready. Grumbles a bit as he gets out of his sleeping bag and his bedroll, and he gets up, starts futzing around. Before long, both Nalia and him are ready to go. Assuming the party moves back out.
Roll out.
Okay. So you begin your second day of travel since reaching the road. And about midday, the area around the road starts to change. Whereas before there's been, scattering of trees, a little bit of forest, rolling hills. Now you start to see cleared lanes and croplands. And before long, a couple hours in, the croplands become well defined, and you can see rows and rows of some kind of grain being raised in some fields. Other fields have mounds of something growing. One field you encounter actually appears to be growing corn. In all the fields, occasionally you'll see a worker, but probably most of them seem to be, or at least from a distance, halflings based on their height. Could possibly be. Do you think maybe you saw a goblin amongst the group, and you also think possibly you saw a few gnomes? You become fairly certain there are gnomes amongst the population of the city that you must be nearing, because as you get closer to the city, some of the farms actually have these huge, like, contraptions that are harvesting the fields, and they're mechanical looking things that are going through and knocking the crop down and collecting it into bins and barrels and buckets, or it depends on which field you're looking at. Before long, you find yourself arriving at the city of Brightglas. As you come into the rise of Brightglas, and I actually have a map for this. A second, you guys there? Do you believe everybody has access to see? Yes, you should.
Coming in from the
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe. Yeah, you come in off of by West Gate. Ping it. Move the map there for you guys. As you approach Brightglas, one of the first things, of course, you notice is there are a lot of. It's a growing city. Obviously, it's fairly. I don't want to say wealthy city, but you can tell it's prosperous. It's not by any means struggling. In fact, you can even see old walls, stone walls to enclose the city. And there are a number of homes and houses, and even from where you're standing here, just outside of the city, coming in, some of the first houses. The first thing you notice is a lot of the homes are short, especially by your standard, Bertram. It becomes fairly obvious that there is a large population of halflings or other races that are smaller in stature and size. As you approach the gate of the city, or what will but one day become the gate of the city. At this point, it's just a pair of towers on the side of the road. There's not even a guard there. There is a gentleman there leaned back in the shadows of the gate as you guys approach. Howdy. So what brings you folks to Brightglas?
Well, Butterbur's Brewery, of course.
I see you heard of our spirits. Yes, we make some good spirits, we do. So, are you wanting to go see the brewery itself, or are you just traveling through? Are you planning on staying the night?
I believe we'll stay the night, one night, and then our travels head southward.
Kind of looks at the group and says, "Okay, very well, very well." Said, "My name's Upstud. Clement Upstud is my name." Kind of sticks out his hand. As he approaches, you can tell he's a halfling, and says, "Well, I don't know how to be polite about this, so I'm just going to come out and say it. There's not many folk of your stature in Brightglas. There are a few, but not many. But don't let that dissuade you any. There is an inn here that you can stay at that caters to people of your..." And he looks over at Bertrand and kind of just keeps looking up to Bertrand, looks at Grun. He's like, "To your stature. You'll be wanting to stay at the..." Of course, I'm on the wrong layer, so I can click on my note. "You'll be wanting to stay at the Early Bird Inn. You follow this here road, okay? And up yonder there, it's going to turn right and left at the same time. You want to go right. Fork. You follow that fork around until it forks again, and you want to go left. And then you're going to pass another fork. Just before you get to a third fork, you'll find the Early Bird Inn on the left. Now, if you're hungry, there is a place just down the road from it, and they can point it out to you. About anybody tell you. There's a place called the Reveler's Feast. They have some of the best traveling grub in town." At that point, he kind of looks at it and goes, "Get all that?"
Quorum's thinking it's right around here.
Actually, Corbin would be pretty close. Pretty close. Because yeah, you just go down there. Like I said, you want to take a right, then a left, then straight, and it'll be on the left. If you come to another split, you've gone too far. So, and they can help you there at the end if you want to make arrangements to visit some of the breweries in town. There's the Butterbird Brewery that you mentioned, and then there is the Pointain Brewery, and there is also the Shop Brewery. There's a few others as well, but those are the three big ones here in.
Which one do you recommend?
Well, it depends on how drunk you want to get.
I guess for me, it matters more on the quality than how drunk I can be.
Well, if you want in quality, Butterbird's one of the betters in quality. Though they make that low-end stuff too. They sell it to them folks out there in Corcliffe. What them people want with that stuff. But Sharp, now they're pretty good too. And Pointain's good. Just it really depends on what you're wanting. They each have their market. You understand? The Butterbird, they focus mainly on your vodkas, clear liquor. Now the Pointains, they make those fancy stuff, champagne, and the wines. Well, they don't make so much wine anymore. The grapes don't grow right here. They have to import what they do use. Said now the Sharps, well, they make good old whiskeys, your malt liquors. As for your animals there, again, he looks at, again, he eyeballs Bertra, her rhino. They don't have, they have stables there. Accommodations for a creature such as that. What does one of them eat, lady?
Whatever it fancies, really.
His eyes kind of get a little big and he kind of backs up. Goes, oh, like people?
No.
Oh, okay. And you can actually see him visibly relax at that.
You can pet him if you want.
Well, thank you. And he walks up. Of course, this is a halfling. Next to your rhino, he might come up to its knee, and he gently pats her on the side. Softer than I thought she'd be. She did it travel well? I mean, is it a good ride?
It's a good ride for me, maybe not so much for you.
Well, yeah, I understand. About the most I can handle. And he even looks over, at the riding horses and the other stuff that you guys have. And goes, even animals such as yours are a little large for my kind. We prefer our ponies, if you take my meaning.
Forgot Bircher's on like a rhino or something, right?
Yes.
I couldn't. That whole conversation, I couldn't figure out whether he was talking about Bircher's mount or Bircher.
He's talking about Bircher's mount. Yes. Well, I hope you have a good day now. It's by the time you arrive at the gate, it's not quite midday, but it's getting close to midday. Said midday meal proper will be starting. Kind of looks up at the sky. Couple hours. Said, but they always have food on at the revelers. You have a good day now here. He kind of sets back down and starts making himself comfortable.
Onward.
Okay. So you travel, and let me grab a party token just so we have one. Did not bring one out. D. Where's my party token gotten up to?
I'm going to drop one of us in.
I got it. I just got to find it all. Yeah, that'll work. Quorum's in there now. Okay, so you come to the first.
If we put Bertra's token on there, it'd probably be lifelike. Accurate sizing.
So you come to the first crossroad there in the town after the gate, and as he indicated, it's a true crossroads. The road splits 4 different directions. Which way do you head?
We're going to take a right.
Okay. So you hang a right, and again, the roads here, they're not paved, they're dirt, but they're well maintained. You can tell that. There's even in many cases, like some of the homes that you pass, there's hedges and things like that. Contrary to what is common in most halfling communities, they're not using holes. They don't have homes built into the mountainsides and that. But all the doors are rounded and all that. And you see a lot of the hallmarks of typical halfling culture. Now the road makes a bend around and heads down, and then you come to a Y fork road there. And where do you go from there?
For fun directions, I think we should
Left.
Okay. So you come left, and it's not too long. Again, by this point, you've got quite a collection of children. They seem to be a mix of halfling, gnome, maybe even a few goblins thrown in there. You're not quite sure, and human children as well.
I'm going to get out.
They're following, and most of them are kind of pointing in awe at the rhino in the group. And what'd you do there, Brand?
I'm going to get out the flute and start playing for them.
Okay. They clap delightedly. And finally, one of them kind of runs up, kind of scares, goes, "Are you headed to the early bird?"
We are in between.
"I can show you the way."
I believe we already know the way, but thank you.
Very well, very well. and scampers back off into the crowd. And it doesn't take you long as you come around through there, and like, I'll move the token just so you get it. See it on the screen. The early bird Inn there should now be fairly well marked for you. It's marked number 5. I just was dragging numbers out so I could get my stuff straight. So as you arrive in the early bird, and you notice that several of the houses in the area are more human-sized. And the early bird Inn, as you arrive at it is that quintessential inn that you would see in a halfling village. It has a porch that goes all the way across the front of it that's covered. It's human in proportions and size. And there's a set of steps that goes up the middle of the porch. And the whole building is made of, bottom half is made of, the top half sticks out slightly a little bit above the bottom half. And it's made of wood and a wattle and daub type construction above it. And it has a large peak roof. And you can tell just from the size of the building, this is a fairly large inn. Just by any standards, but it's a fairly good size inn. And as you guys come down the road, a gentleman steps off the porch and goes, "Got word some people might be coming our way. My name is Este. I'm the owner and proprietor of the Early Bird Inn here. Will you be looking to stay the night?"
Yes.
Good, good. How many rooms will you be needing? Because we have a common room if price is an issue. Rooms are only a copper a night. Silver if you want individual rooms. Copper if you want to share a room.
Corm doesn't
Well,
mind sharing a room.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we've all kind of shared rooms at this point. But I think we probably could
Maybe
split
the
up
gals get their own room, silver piece or something.
Okay.
between
You all make you make the arrangements.
Own
And
room,
will you be stabling your animals for the night, or are you going to just let them run around the town?
we would like to stable them, please.
Excellent, excellent. 'Cause that'll simply be
There's somewhere we could also put our cart.
Yes, we can secure that for you as well. A copper a night for each one of the animals, with the exception of yours, my lady. That'll be 2 coppers for it due to its size. Does it eat grains?
I think so. Yeah.
Very well, very well, very well. And by this time, you would know what the dietary requirements of your rhino is, as you've been traveling with it for quite some time now. It's very well. Okay. And he claps his hands, and a group of workers come out and collect your animals. Yes. Now,
Yeah, real quick, little meta here, but in the cart, don't we have a giant jewel the size of Bertra?
yes, but you currently have it. Yeah, you have it covered with your tents, which is why you weren't using your tents last night.
So Quorum's going to do something just to kind of deter people as they're taking this cart away. He's going to do a little prestidigitation as quietly as possible, maybe like kind of use Bertra for cover to kind of get between them. And he's just trying to soil the shit out of those tents and those tarps that are covering up this job.
Okay. Fair enough. You're able to make them look pretty gunky and stinky looking. And one of the handlers actually saying, goes, "What have you been hauling this thing? Manure?" Oh, wow. It really went off. It really went off.
Oh, it's extra stinky.
Yeah, it's extra.
He's going to charge us more to stable it.
He goes, "Do you mind if we leave that outside?"
Oh, it'll be okay. The stink wears off soon. It goes away. You'll get used to it.
What you do? Body in that thing? God,
Oh,
that stinks.
You were closer with the manure. We have to feed our minotaur something. He has a very specific diet.
The guy, make a deception check on that one.
I'm not saying all minotaurs have this diet, just ours.
Is really? That's interesting. Okay. And they take your stuff and he goes, should you need into your supplies or your cart, I'm not quite sure why you'd want in that thing. Not quite sure how you even ride with that thing. Just simply go around back of the inn. One of the lads will take care of you. Now, we'll have midday meal here in about 45 minutes. The meal of the day is potato soup. If that's not to your liking, and he kind of points behind him or behind you all because you're kind of there at the point. Because he points down the road and says, now just down the road there, if you want something a little fancier, with something a little bit more meat to it, is the Reveler's Feast. It's a local place, and they cater to travelers particularly. We have quite a few travelers that come in and out of town on business, you understand, meeting with the various breweries, and many of them Traveler's Feast, and many of the locals do as well. The food's fairly good.
About what time is it? So this Reveler's Feast start?
Pardon me. The feast runs pretty much all day long. They start usually around about now, right before midday meal, and the feast runs all day long. The way it kind of works is they constantly have food prepared, roasted boar, roasted beef, whatever they can find, obviously, for the day, or whatever their hunters have brought in. And they fix it kind of in an uppity, feasty kind of feast way, like you'd see in like a manor house or a castle. The fare's good. I guess, and he kind of goes, shakes things. I don't care for this part of their meal, but when you're done with the dishes, you just throw them in the floor. Not the dishes, mind you, but the leftover food. And the whole building is on a grate. They have crews that clean up underneath the dining facility.
Perhaps we could take our rooms now and then maybe have a drink, and then we'll make our way.
We can certainly accommodate you with that. We do have a small bar here in the Early Bird. And he kind of leads you inside. He called it a small bar. It was definitely smaller than your all's bar. With the 6 of you guys in there and a couple of locals that's in there, it's fairly full. But there is a small bar along the way, and you can smell the very nice aroma of potato soup coming from what has to be the kitchen area for the inn. He goes, "Your rooms," and he disappears, and he comes back with keys, and he hands out keys to each one. He goes, "Just up the stairs and to the left for the."
Corum hands him a gold piece and 10.
Thank you. I'm sorry. What'd you ask for?
Oh, he just handed him a gold piece and 10 silver pieces, and just says, "Thank you for taking such good care of it."
It's just the way of us here in Brightglas. We found if you're nice to the folks, good things usually happen. Like this. And he makes the coins disappear into his vest pocket. He goes, "Now, have a seat. I will get some ales."
That would be great.
Very well. You guys found one of the few tables in the room. You actually end up pulling a couple tables together to make room for all of you to sit together. And not too long, he reappears with mugs of ale proportional to your sizes. So Birch's is a little bit bigger than the rest of your ales. So you can tell he's not used to it. And he goes, "Oh, my lady, one moment." And he disappears in the back, and he comes back with a slightly larger chair, one more your size, Bertra. This might be. He's actually having a little bit of trouble. It's actually him and another person carrying when he comes out. He goes, "This might be a little bit more comfortable for you, my lady."
Well, that's rather sweet of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. plops it down, and he waits till you get up, and he swaps the chair out and pushes the chair you had over to one of the other tables. Like I said, we have lots of travelers come through here.
Ever seen a half ogre before?
I actually can't say that I have. We've had a few ogres come through. Not on the best of terms, unfortunately. A number of orcs. What are those one folk? What was the one gentleman that came in a few months back? Oh, he was a sea elf. Not nearly your size, but he was rather remarkable.
What made him so remarkable?
Well, you just don't see that many sea elves this far inland now, do you?
I have to admit, I've only met one.
The only one I'd met too. It was. I guess what made him stick out the most was that I don't know if they're all this way, but his skin was kind of a blue-green. It was very off-putting at first until I realized what he was. It was the gills that gave it away. And he kind of turns to you, Cormac. I don't want to take up all your time. I said, I do see that you have an instrument there. Are you a bard?
That I am. Yeah,
Well,
I try to
perhaps
play.
maybe later you can entertain us with a few songs.
It's a deal.
Very well. And he disappears back to behind the bar and back to his responsibilities in the.
So are we kind of alone right now? Is it?
Yeah, there's one or two. Well, there's like one or two other people that you seem to be locals. Just because of the way they're dressed, they seem to have. Actually, both of them have the same kind of green shirt that you saw on the Butterbur cart drivers on the road. So you assume they're probably works for Butterbur. They're having soup. They're having their midday meal, but they're not paying you any mind to us.
Okay. Could we speak in a hushed tone that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're chatting directly with each other.
Dash, do you think one of us needs to stick around the cart?
I haven't really seen any. As we've been walking, real quick,
Mhm.
Jason, have I seen any signs or anything that kind of points out any kind
No,
of
you haven't
issues in the
seen
environment?
any kind of signs or markings to any kind of underground here.
Okay. Corm, I haven't seen anything that stands out or makes me worry. I do think, considering we don't really have a way to keep it on us, we do want to keep somebody at the inn at least, just to poke around. What do you think, Bertra?
Well, I could take it out of the cart, put it with my rhino. I mean, you need a crane practically to lift that sort of thing.
Perhaps Nalia can watch it. In
Nalia's-
animal form.
Now he says, "Well, I don't know about animal form, but I guess I could use an excuse to that Bertra's rhino needs special care, and that I'm one of the ones who takes care of it, and I could go down there and spend a few hours."
With her pet owlbear too.
Yes, Alvy's not with me, but I could spend some time down there and check on all of our animals in general, and make sure I'm in the general vicinity while you guys are off exploring other parts of the town if you'd like.
I guess a question for everyone is, how much do you really want to explore the town? I'm interested in swinging over to this whiskey brewery or distillery, but that's about it for me.
Well, we got a little bit of time. Corm's kind of wondering. Obviously, there's probably going to be more places back in Gumtar Stronghold. We'll get back and maybe be able to spend a little bit of money, or once we kind of collect our reward from this. So, yeah, just kind of sightseeing. Wants to kind of meet the folks. He's interested in going to this festival just to kind of see the different people here and their culture in this place that he's never visited before. But we can do both for sure. We could start with the drinks and then make our way to the festival.
Or we could eat real quick, just get something in our bellies. We did just travel all the way here.
Agreed.
And almost as if on cue, bowls of potato soup arrive.
Perfect.
These will keep you for a while. You might want to try the feast this evening. Food's usually better when it's had time to simmer and cook there. And as for the brewery, you'll be looking for the Sharp Brewery?
Yes.
If you come out the door here and take the same road the other direction away from the feast, you'll come to the main road in town. Take that back toward the main gates and swing right at the second intersection and follow it around. It's a big, large, white building. Can't miss it.
Anything else you would recommend seeing in town for people who are just passing through?
Well, unfortunately, mostly what's here is our breweries and the people who work for the breweries. I mean, there's blacksmith shops and...
I've heard that your people often make exceptional musical instruments. Would there be a place perhaps I could purchase one?
Well, now that you mention it, there's not a shop because there's not that much trade of what you want. However, there is a gentleman out by the new section of wall who makes musical instruments, and then he travels into larger cities like Gumtar Stronghold and sells them to vendors there. You might check and see if he's in. I don't know if he's in. Bertram is his name.
Well, that should be easy to remember.
Yes, I guess it would. He kind of looks at Bertram. I guess it would. But Bertram is his name. Like I said, if you follow the river, it's actually kind of hard to do since none of the streets follow that now that I think about it. I can have one of my lads show you if you'd like.
Perhaps before we head to the festival, we
Very
can.
well.
I would like to be able to practice with a new instrument tonight in your establishment.
Excellent. But yes, just swing by and I can get one of my lads to show you the way. It won't be a problem. Yes. Enjoy the soup. It's on the house.
All right, so we're gonna eat the soup, and then I guess we'll make our way to the whiskey place.
Okay. So the soup is thick and creamy. One of the better potato soups you've ever had. Particularly much better than anything you've had on the road in the last few days. After eating, you follow the directions and quickly find your way to the distillery. Yes, there. So the white T-shaped looking building there. The brewer itself, or the distillery itself, it's a fairly large building for this area. It has human-sized entrances. There's wagons and carts off the side. When you come up to it, there's a small door that says "Office." All inquiries inside, please. When you step in the office, one of the first things that greets you is the rich, dark woods and the smell of the grains and the stuff that they use. And like sitting along one wall is like different sacks of grain, and there's quality. Like on the script, like one says, good, best, excellent, and they're almost like samples. And there's a gentleman there and he's dressed, impeccably dressed, in what we equate to a three-piece suit. And as soon as you walk, says, how may I help you?
We just heard whiskey's here, so we want to stop by and see if we can try some and maybe buy a bottle. Or
Excellent, excellent. My name's Biscoff Sharp.
Dash holds out his hand.
He-
I'm Dash.
He shakes
Pleasure to meet
shakes your hands. So, come over here, and he leads you over to a table. And he goes, "Have a seat, have a seat." And there's, like I said, it's more of it's not like a bar table. It's a very real nice table, more like for business meetings. And he goes around to the far side of the table, and he actually steps up on, and the table is again in human portions, even though he's a halfling. And he obviously he steps up on a step stool, and he comes around the edge of the table, and he reaches to the tabletop, and you notice on his side there are 3 brass handles, and he pushes down and then pulls up 3 times. And each time he does, it brings up 3 different labels of bottles. He goes, "Now, what kind of whiskey do you like?"
A nice smooth bourbon.
"A nice smooth bourbon." Okay. So he goes to the middle one. He brings out a small snifter, pours 2 fingers in it, slides it over to you. "Try that."
Dash takes a sip and
It's like liquid fire at first. It goes down. It goes down so smooth, almost with a hint of smokiness. What do you think of that?
that is delicious. I'll
But
slide over to anyone else who's interested in trying it.
Quorum will try it. Quorum has kind of changed his mind a little bit on this venture. He's thinking that maybe a little bit of profitability could be had by us bringing something exceptionally delicious back with us to our,
and he
or
he pours out a sniff.
next.
Of course, Grunt immediately just downs his. "That's good stuff."
Is it good, better, or worse than the vodka for you, Grun?
Oh, definitely better. Definitely better.
That's what I like to hear. This is excellent. Would you say this is your top of the line, or is this more of your middle? Or I noticed you had a sign that said good, better, best.
Well, we have clients who aren't, how should we say, educated in what it takes to create these spirits. So we use that as a physical prop, but I could tell that you were more the discerning type. Here, try this. And he actually turns the handle on the middle set that's there, and it reveals another bottle with and he pours a snifter for each one and shoves them out. Says, "Try those."
Of course, tries it.
It has a lot of the same flavoring, but it's just a lot smoother and more robust in its flavor.
Oh, this is what I've been looking for.
Yes, I can tell you do know your liquors, because it's actually the same liquor. The only difference is the one you just had is aged for 15 years. The other one is only aged for 7.
Interesting. So the shorter aging actually makes it a more mild burn.
Yes, but the longer aging gives more of that flavor to it. Because now you asked for bourbon.
I
Would
did.
you like to? Sorry. Would you like to try
Right.
some of other ware?
Of course, I would love to
What do you
try
recommend?
everything.
He goes, well, it's all good. It's just a matter of what you're wanting. He goes, here, try this. And he goes over to one of the first boxes. He goes, no, this is just a sipping whiskey, as they say around. Pours out, again, a small sifter and hands it out to you. And as you each drink it, it's very good whiskey. He goes, no, that's the good stuff. For whiskey. And then he goes to the third box, one on the far left, pours that and goes, now, there's none in your group but the dwarves really like this version of it. And it's a bourbon, but it's made more for the dwarf client.
Now, do you sell to any establishments in Gumtar Stronghold?
Establishments, no. There's a couple of nobles that purchase directly from us, buying a cask or two here for their parties, but none of the establishments, no. Most of our wares travel north.
Interesting. We ourselves have an establishment, and we are looking to stock it fine beverages such as these, and think that it would be helpful if we could provide something that the Gumtar Stronghold people have not had before.
Well, that definitely would be an arrangement within we could reach. Let's see. Gumtar's a bit far from here, though, and the roads could be dangerous.
Now, when you say dangerous, please elaborate.
Well, if people know you're bringing a ship of liquor south, the same thing when we travel north. We have to travel with guards. It's nothing we can't handle, but the roads can be dangerous, particularly now. So many undead about. However, we could make arrangements to send it via Corcliffe and have it shipped via vessel from there.
Seems like that would work as well.
If we're going to buy stuff from other pubs, we could maybe all ship it out at once.
He kind of goes, well, we do work with the other breweries in town. I'm sure we could you could arrange your own shipping methods and have someone arrive here and pick up your orders and ship it out yourself, or we could establish a third party that could work for you here in the city. Purchaser, if you will. You could handle your shippings and your orders as needed.
I think this could be arranged. Our accountant Dash will be in touch.
Excellent. He produces from his own vest. He produces a card, and of course he's already kind of figured out names. And he hands the card to Dash. He goes, "This is my card. When you're ready, make your inquiries. Please remember us. I'm sure we could come to some kind of arrangement to get wares to your establishment. What is the name of your establishment again?"
I don't think it's called I Missed That Session, so
The Laughing Dragon is the name it
I was
has
gonna
currently.
say, it's something dragon.
The Laughing Dragon is the name it currently has, though you all were discussing possibly changing.
I think I like the Laughing Dragon better than anything.
The Laughing Dragon, it gets its name from the dragon's head that's mounted in the main tavern that looks like it's laughing.
Seems very fitting.
Yeah, if we let Grun name this, it's going to be the pissing and farting dragon. We're not
Well, when you're ready, like I said, we do have. He goes, wait a second, and he goes over to more like where his office area would be, like his desk. He rummages around through a couple drawers, comes back in, he hands you another card. This is my cousin. He is a shipper and purchaser here in the city. If you want to work with more than one distillery, this would you could get in touch with to help facilitate that.
Perfect.
And out of curiosity, do you have a price list or anything that you've done in the past?
Yes.
Admittedly, we are a bit new to this process.
Yes, understandable. One moment, and he goes back to his desk, and he rummages around his desk and pulls out a sheet of parchment, and he looks it over and checks, like he's checking to make sure. He's like, and these appear to be all fairly current. And he brings it and goes, this is all fairly current. Now, keep in mind, we would have to tax shipping charges on that if you're going to have us ship it. If not, and it's got the various by the brands, and he points out like the drinks you've had. He says, this is the one, this one, and that's this one. To get you. It takes a few minutes to get you. Said, but of course, you'll want to judge your demand that you want there. But if you're opening a drinking, if you have a drinking establishment and you're wanting to bring some outside spirits in, this definitely could be of use for you.
Oh, definitely. We
Orm sold.
greatly appreciate
I figure we'll buy a cask or a barrel here now when we're heading south.
Okay.
See how it sells, and then we'll be in touch.
That works fine.
and Dash will be buying a bottle of the first stuff for himself.
Okay. A bottle. I don't actually have prices ready, but for now, just for sake of argument, a bottle is 5 gold for a bottle.
Oh wow,
And-
it's a really good stuff. All right,
Yeah,
so we want
no,
the nobility. If we're trying to create a name for ourselves in Gumtar Stronghold and be known amongst the nobles and such, I think that this is an investment for us.
And he kind of smiles. Goes, now, keep in mind, again, we do sell to the noble client. If you're going to arrangements and reduce that price, part of the expense obviously is the glass for the bottle. And it's a nice glass bottle, nice, thick, heavy, dark glass bottle. It's well bottled, because, and that is what we typically charge our nobles. However, and he goes, I tell you what, 2 gold.
Are you sure? I don't mind paying full price. This is
No, you don't understand. Don't mistake me. 2 gold is what that's actually worth. That's what we would sell it to another tavern or bar. But now, when we bottle it in the bottle like we have here, like the one I've just provided you with, the price goes up. It's packaging and marketing.
Makes sense.
Well, in that case, would you have any particular glassware you would like us to display if we actually move forward with this kind of a business operation? Anything to market you down there, so that way they know about your fine establishment here.
What we'll do is if you decide to use our spirits in your location, we will send one of our representatives down. Most likely be me. Come down, check things out. Not judging your establishment, just seeing what we can provide you that would help market our brand there and help you market your location.
That sounds like an excellent idea. And then, out of curiosity, is there a particular brand that you have more of the nobles buying from Gumtar, or is it?
He points to the really good bourbon that you drunk. Guess that's what they tend to drink the most or order the most.
Our idea is to create an establishment that they could come to and enjoy the atmosphere while having their favorite drink. I think this will accomplish that.
I think I see what you're after, and I think we can work together and make something profitable here. He goes, now, if you want to sit in, and here's my suggestion. And he reaches behind the table and down, and he pulls up the same bottle, the same glass bottle, but it's empty. Because here's my suggestion. We could place the bottles out on display and make sure that your establishment has plenty of bottles on hand. The spirits themselves we can ship down in the actual casks.
Agreed.
Like I said,
Yep.
think it over and take the words. And you said you'd like to buy a cask.
Yeah, we'll buy one cask to travel with us when we leave tomorrow morning.
Excellent, excellent. And are you staying? I'm assuming you're staying at the early bird.
We are indeed at the early bird.
He kind of says, "My apologies. Not trying to typecast you, but the early bird's one of the few is the only accommodation in town that would sleep someone of your all stature, at least comfortably."
That's
Is-
beginning to sound like a racist.
It didn't now. And he goes, "I'll tell you what." And again, because I don't have any price list made up, guys, here. 10 gold for the cask.
Dash will pay for that and his bottle.
Okay.
That's 15 total or
12.
12?
10 and 2. Very well. I said, I hope to hear from you soon.
Excellent. And do you have any other recommendations of places we should see while we're here, or any of the other establishments would be
I would
welcome
honestly, and not that I'm one of, I would recommend any of the breweries. And there is, of course, which you hear at the Shop Brewery, and there's the Butterbur Brewery, and the Pointaine Brewery. Now, the Pointaine Brewery might, if you're focusing on the upper class, might be a better choice for you over the Butterbur Brewery. And if you're looking for a fine assortment of ales, grogs, and that sort of thing, you might also want to consider the Lotaine Brewery.
Lotaine?
Yes, the Lotaine. 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 It's not a family name. They made it up as part of their label, but it is what they go by. They focus on a lot of mashes and those sort of beverages.
Well, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you, Miss.
Out of character, what was this gentleman's name? I thought I typed it down, but apparently I missed that.
Esty.
Esty. I thought that was the early bird owner. Or did I have that?
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay, you may be right. Yes, you're right. Esty is. Alan actually didn't think I gave a name for him. Probably did. Oh, iron that.
No problem.
As
All
many places, as you all always seem to go places that don't have prepared. Some of the stuff I'm literally making up on the fly. Biscoff was his name.
Biscoff.
Biscoff. And totally out of character, or out of game. The reason his name is Biscoff is for some reason my son has a container of Biscoff cookie butter sitting on the shelf over here in this room.
Nice.
And I literally grabbed the name off that.
I was almost guaranteeing that you just looked randomly and saw it.
Yep.
I think those are the type of cookies on all Delta flights as well. Or no,
That's
those
why I
are
recognize it.
That's okay.
Sure.
You want to guess where the name for the Sharp Brewery came from? There's a Sharp alarm clock
TV?
set by the TV.
Oh.
Hey, we named our kid Emerson, and then realized after we brought him home that our microwave was an Emerson that we've been looking at for the last 4 years. Just playing subtle tricks on our brain.
So as you emerge from the Sharp Brewery, and again, the brewery, he didn't actually take you on a tour of the brewery, just again, in the tasting room is actually where you're at. But the brewery is. This is the main building for the brewery. There's actually multiple locations around that they use for the brewing and that sort of thing.
Well, Quorum's kind of eager to do something a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, just out of time's sake, unless everyone wants to go to each actual brewery and check them out, do we just want to? Either I can split off and just say that Dash went to all of them, just to make those connections, or
Actually, why don't you do this? Since you have
try to go to each one.
2 players that aren't currently here, apparently appears to be in the hospital. Why don't you send Lightning and Grun off to check the other brewers out for you?
Well, we wanted to make
Because
a
it's
good
Lightning
connection.
and Grun.
Because it's Lightning and Grun. Well, you can always send Grun back to watch the animals and get Nalia to do it.
Well, I'm not saying it's not a bad idea, but
That's up to you all. It doesn't.
I think we already made a good connection here. I think that I think the idea that we found out that this is what some of the nobles drink down there, I kind of like that idea. Yeah, I'm good with sending Lightning and Grun.
Okay.
Talia's already watching the animals, so Lightning and Grun are gonna
How
go
about we
have a bar
send-
tour.
let's have Lightning and Grun go to everywhere but the
Butter
the Point
Burr?
Tame.
Point Tame.
Point Tame.
Okay.
I figured that one we probably should send Nalia or one of us, since it's the more high end. But
So, well, how about we just do
Lightning
this?
and Grun go check everything else.
Okay, well, how about we just do this? And sake of time, you all spend the next couple hours till evening, till mid-meal, evening meal, visiting the various breweries, chatting with them, making connections, getting price lists, that sort of thing pulled together.
Perfect.
You all just kind of split up as groups and all meet back with the plan to meet back at the Early Bird at dinner time.
I like it.
And as a note, Dash drinks a lot less everywhere else.
That's fine.
I don't want to be sloshed by the time we get back.
Well, and like even the little snifters he was giving you, they were not much more than a drink, just enough so you could get the taste of what he had.
I don't know. I did buy a bottle. You don't know what I'm doing.
Well, now that's a whole different story. Now that's a whole different part of the story. But so you guys spend the next 2 or 3 hours, making connections, visiting the local breweries, and one of the things that sticks out as you're traveling around town, and I'm assuming you probably broke up in groups, a couple went there, that sort of thing. One thing that sticks out is, like I said, the town is largely halfling. The second largest population appears to be actually gnome, and the humans and the goblins that live in the city seem to be the next largest group in the city. Now, there's a few other races you encounter. You see a few elves here and there, that sort of thing. It's not like they're not in the town, but the majority of the town seems to be made up of halflings, humans, gnomes, and goblins.
Out of my own curiosity, are these humans tending to be a little closer to 5 feet and lower, or?
No, they range the whole gambit. It's just, and you quickly kind of notice, mostly because they're in the day when you're traveling around. And as it gets closer toward the evening, you start seeing more and more foot traffic coming in, and you realize that these homes that you're seeing along the streets, and most of them, it's not like it's big, huge mansions, just nice homes, nice dwellings. And it appears that most of them are farmers, or they work in the fields, or tend the grains, or they work in the breweries. But everything around this city of Brightglas tends to focus around the production of the various liquors and other beverages that this town manufactures. There's a small industry here for carts and barrels. There is most of the stables, like you pass a couple different stables where they're getting wagons and stuff ready. Tends to be or donkeys, hard laboring type animals that can be used to carry it. The six-wheeled wagon that you saw from the Butterbur Brewery, you see dozens upon dozens of those things here. It seems like they actually appears they build those here for the breweries to use to transport their goods. There also is, particularly around the locations where you actually see, or a group of you see, one of the convoys getting ready to go out for delivery, and they got 3 or 4 of the wagons set up, and they actually have guards that are going with them for transport. So you can tell that this city, it's not like it's a fly-by-night operation. This city has curtailed or made its main focus of its economy is off the production of spirits and the transportation and sale of those spirits.
We can appreciate that. All right, so we travel around, we do some sampling, we make some connections. Does any of our travels take us close to that to that
To the Revelers Feast?
that one, and then we also had, it was Bertrand. What's the name of that?
Oh, to Bertrand's place.
Yeah.
Actually, yes and no. Your group, or you kind of wander your way out that direction. Make sure you head out there. You make inquiries, and people are very polite in the town and very nice to point you in the right direction. And you find your way to Bertrand's, or Bertrand's rather. At Bertrand's place, he's a halfling. When you arrive there, he has a modest little home. And he has a round door painted a bright, vibrant blue. And you know you're in the right place, Rand, because though it's painted a bright, vibrant blue, there is a white musical note painted on the door itself.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Corum would like to just stop in, just
Okay.
see if he has any wares for sale, and then the idea is just he's looking for either like a lute or a lyre,
Okay.
something with a little bit more entertaining factor than the flute that he currently has in his possession.
So when you arrive at Bertrand's there and you knock on the door, there's just a few minutes and you hear, just a second. And you hear like a discordant sound of notes in almost a wailing-like tone. And then the door opens. Oh, how may I help you? And the little man you're looking at is he's obviously a halfling, but he has large spectacles on that make his eyes look like 10 times bigger than they should. At first, you honestly think, "Oh my god, I'm looking at a goblin," because of the size and the huge eyes. Then you realize, no, he's got glasses on. He's got like wispy white hair, and he's even for a halfling, he's short because he's kind of bent over and hunched a little. How may I help you, sir?
Well met, Bertrand. I inquired about places to go to potentially purchase a musical instrument, and I was directed to you.
He brightens and goes, very well. What kind of instrument are you looking for?
Well, I have a flute, and I'm looking for perhaps a lyre or a lute.
Come in. Because the door's big enough, and you have to duck a little bit. But once you get inside, just otherwise than dodging, his rafters a little bit every now and then, he comes in and you immediately see that the first room is set up like a workshop, and he has various instruments in development and all that. But along one wall, he has a set of instruments hung on the wall, and he goes, "A lute." And he goes there and he He gets a stool and he pushes it over and he pops a lute off the wall and he's, here, try this, and he shoves it into your hands. Now the lute you receive, it's portioned for a human, obviously. The bowl of it is made of some kind of redwood. It's stained in a beautiful red, and the neck is made out of the same kind of wood, and it goes down to the tuning keys at the top, which are made of a dark ebony like wood. And on the fretboard, it's the same dark ebony wood that the tuning keys are made of, but it's broke up by what appears to be a pearl inlay to break up the fretboard. And on the front, it's a very light wood in staining, and it has an intricately carved hummingbird on it.
Corum is enamored. He absolutely is thrilled to be holding this instrument, and he can't wait to bust out a few
Give me
notes.
Play it. Let's see how it works for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. So you immediately strum it out, and it rings perfectly true. And you strum a few chords, and you break into one of your songs. And he goes, do you like it?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Good. I think it fits you. Because, try another song.
Should he do another performance check?
No, just
So he switches to like a C minor to do kind of a woeful, emotional.
yeah.
You know,
It plays. He goes, do you like it?
oh, it's absolutely wonderful. How much to part with it?
He smiles. He goes, 40 gold pieces.
Absolutely, without hesitation. This is a finely crafted instrument. I can tell. And Corum will purchase it for the 40 gold.
And he takes the money. He puts it aside. He goes, wait a minute. He says, come here. He says, hold it where you like to play it. Hold it where it's comfortable.
And he does so.
He pulls his stool while you're adjusting it where you want. Pulls his stool over, and he stands on the stool, and he takes out a string. He goes from the neck of the lute up around your neck and down to the base of the lute. He goes, one moment. He goes in the back, and he comes back. Goes to the back of the workshop, and he fishes around in something. And he comes back, and he lays a strap here. That'll help you carry it. It's a nicely woven leather strap of a mix of red and black leathers, and that's been leather strips that's been wove into a rope pattern, and he affixes it to a knob that's actually on the end of the lute, already made into the lute, and then he runs it to the head of the lute and ties it just behind the strings where it's out of the way. It's up where the tuning area is at, but it's behind the strings, so it's out of the way. Says that'll make it easier to carry. Hope you enjoy your lute, young.
Absolutely. Corum's trying to just not pee himself at this point. He's very, very excited.
So perhaps I'll hear you play some more. Are you staying at the Early Bird?
Oh, we are. In fact, if I assume you yourself are a musician, why don't you come and join us, and we'll play a song or two together.
Kelly goes, alas, no. I no longer have the knack. My fingers won't let me play like I used to. I still make the instruments, but I just can't play them like.
Well, that is a true tragedy.
But I've been working on this. And he pulls out what looks like, and the bag has horns sticking out of part of it. And
Grun's head?
No.
Day indeed.
It has these pipes or horns sticking out of it, and he takes one of them and sticks in his mouth, starts blowing, and then he starts pushing and you quickly realize, and Bertrand's actually guessed it, he's actually fashioned a version of a bagpipes that fits for his size.
See, you can play. Stop fooling around and come to the early bird.
It's horrible. He goes, yes, I can play, but I've got to figure out how to play the frazzling thing first.
Well, I wish I could help you with that, but I myself am not trained with that specific instrument.
Alas, but I will try to stop by later. Maybe we can share a few songs together.
Excellent. Cool. Quorum's happy.
Okay. So when you all get back together, one of the first things you all notice is Quorum has a brand new.
All right. So what's our next stop? Are we just going back to the inn? Are we doing the festival? Are we just trying to head south back to Gumtar Stronghold with our supplies? I'm kind of Quorum's a little bit, even though this seems like a wonderful city and everybody's extremely happy, we have a gem the size of Bertra. And it's been nagging on him our whole bar tours, and even when he was at the place buying his fancy loot, he can't help but be thinking about it and want to be close to it.
Yeah, and immediately Dash feels a little uncomfortable that everyone is so well aware of where they are and everyone's constantly asking about it.
And where
Does it
we're
seem
going.
suspicious to us at all?
Make a perception check.
Or insight or
Okay. Or insight, either one.
Oh, I definitely.
Corb's like, these people are just friendly.
Insight.
Well, that gave it away right there.
Yeah. Well, actually, and a lot of it is they're just a friendly folk. The town is far enough away from a lot of even you Dash. You don't seem to really sense any ulterior motive. Part of it might be, and as you've been going around the city, even you've noticed the people in the town. The city is not wanting for money, nor are its residents. They found a niche market for this region, which is the manufacturing of spirits. And they've positioned themselves apparently well. So everybody here is doing well. Even the people who aren't, in the highest of paying jobs are by no means broke. You don't notice any kind of, particularly throughout the day as you're traveling, you look for it. You don't see any of any underground or thieves guild here. There doesn't seem to be anything like that in the city itself, and that itself sets off alarm bells to you. There is a very bright veneer on the town of happy, everything's good here. People are honest. They spend the days working in the fields or brewing in the breweries or preparing to transfer the stuff wherever they need to go. Part of one of the things that sticks out is the of the entire city. So the entire economy is geared around these breweries, but the breweries aren't the only thing in the city. That's not the only economy. The brewery is the main export that they have, but they're growing corn, wheat, barley, and all these other things that feed the economy. And there's a stream going through the town, and they're actually you actually see as you're going through one part of the town where they have a distillery set up to distill the water to get cleaner water for their brews. One of the things that you notice, you had seen them leaving Corcliffe, but at one point during the day, you actually see a wagon come in Corcliffe, bringing ice into the city. So everybody seems to be focused on or around this one industry within the city. But you don't just about it. It's just that's what they're focused on.
I dig it. I'm good. Still want to get out of here with my big ass gem.
Bertrand, anything you want to check out?
I got this many things my size around here.
Yeah, wherever you travel in the city, Bertra, you are a bit of you've gotten used to the kind of over the years because of your size sticking out in the crowd, but here you really feel like you stick out because most of the crowd doesn't even come up past most of the party's waist to begin with, and for you that's about halfway up your calf. So as you arrive back to the early bird and you come into the tap room there is a gentleman that attaches himself to the crowd. There's not a crowd there by any shape of the mind, but there's a gentleman at the bar, and he comes over, and I'm actually looking for my notes for him. And of course, I can't find it when I need it. That's what I get for not opening it ahead of time.
Everyone, roll for initiative. Go.
Yeah, not that bad. Just need my notes for the actual or possibly later.
I'm curious. I thought we changed Quorum's avatar. I wonder why it's showing up that old one.
I haven't changed those yet
Oh, okay.
because you haven't.
I put it in the bio and info.
Yeah, I know, but the tokens are set up separately.
Oh, okay, got it.
Brian's are tied to when we change his. I actually set my tokens up separately so they have your HP and all that tied to the right circles.
Oh, got it.
Why am I not finding the one set of notes that I need? There's Castle Caldwell. There's the world. Put it in there? Of course not. Let's try this way. Well, when all else fails, switch myself to the map. Okay. There is a gentleman there by the name of Jacobson. Whenever you find your way in there, he goes, "You must be the travelers everyone's talking about around town. My name is Jacob Jacobson. I run the Revelers Feast down the street here. Might I have a word with you in private?"
Of course.
So he pulls you aside in the back of the tap room. "I understand you were considering coming over for dinner night." Kind of looks the group up and down because by this point, pretty much the whole group's reassembled there, and he goes, "I have a bit of a problem that you might be able to help me with." And he kind of looks around and goes, "I have to. Is that acceptable?"
Of course. Discretion is what we do.
Excellent. Excellent. I have a bit of a. Well, to put it bluntly, you can tell he's nervous. He's sweating bullets nervous. Because it seems a patron of mine disappeared last night. And there's been some other occurrences at the feast. With stuff going missing from our storehouse. I was wondering if maybe this evening, after hours, if you would consent to watching the place for me and see if maybe you could catch this thief or maybe figure out what happened to my missing patron.
What is in it for us?
Well, yes, if you can find out what happened to the missing patron, or catch the thief, whichever the case may be, I'd be more than willing to pay you. He looks around the group. 25 gold pieces each?
Coram kind of looks at his companions. I believe our business is more pressing than this. I do apologize. Perhaps we could come back. What do you think?
I mean, I'm always up for bashing someone's head in.
Yes, well, I'd be willing to feed you as well. I mean, I do run the feast.
I'll tell you what. We would like to attend your feast anyways. Perhaps while we're there, we can accomplish both at the same time.
That would be more than agreeable. I mean, I understand you have business elsewhere, but if while you're in town, if you could resolve this problem, I'd be more than willing to reward you for it as well. It's just that
Thank you.
the patron went missing, and I've had entire ham hocks taken out of the storehouse. It's almost like they walk off on their own.
Perhaps the missing patron took your missing ham hocks.
Well, I would think that would be it too, but
What can you tell us about this patron? And why is it weird that he's been missing only 24 hours?
well, he came in yesterday day, and well, to put it bluntly, he drank too much. Had some of the sharp bourbon, the good stuff. And when I left, he was out cold at the table. There's nothing really of value at the feast, you understand, just the food. And my hunters find that, or sometimes when I have stuff purchased like the ham hocks to go with the feast, and they're in the storeroom. But I've operated businesses in other towns, and you got to lock the doors and all that. But this town's not like that. I thought, let him sleep it off. I have one of my guys come in and check on him later that evening. Well, when he came back, he wasn't there. Well, let me rephrase that. He wasn't there. But where he was at, there was he looks around the room like there was blood all over the floor, like something pulled him down through the grate.
Through the grate?
Yes, well, you haven't been to the feast. Let me explain. One of the things that sells the feast, the floor of the feasting hall is actually set on an iron grate. All the tables on the grate, and then to facilitate cleanup, because we run it as a feast, at the end of the day, the guys and myself and the ladies that work with me, we literally just dump the food on the grate on the floor, and it falls through the grate to the refuse pile below the floor, and then we clean the refuse pile out. We do that about once a week.
Is there a way to access this refuse pile from perhaps a different?
Well, yeah. So there's the maintenance door or the entry door that my staff and I use to clean it out, because we sweep it out once a week out of the building.
Has anyone been in there since this happened?
Well, I sent one of my guys down there, but we haven't cleaned out this week. But we looked, we didn't find any evidence of him. And there's the rats, but there's always the rats.
Perhaps we will go and check it out and see if we can find anything.
I would appreciate it. But please come by, have dinner. You can check it out after your meal.
Is the feast headed down this path over here? Is that
Yes, it actually goes down just down the path there. And actually, here I'll bring the feast up on the map so you can see it. There we go. Lower's feast is right there in the river's bend.
It's not very far away at all.
No, it's not very far away at all. I've been waiting here long enough to meet with you. I do need to get back and prepare for the evening, but I would appreciate it if you had time. I understand that you're busy. He makes his excuses and departs. You see him head down the street toward where the feast is at.
Well, you guys want to go check out the feast? Get an early night's sleep? Or what do you want to do?
I'm up for checking out. I don't like random people disappearing into a sewer grate. And I don't know, do we really see much of a guard presence here?
No, many guards. I mean, there's this. You did see earlier in the day a group with a tally, Gumtar, passing through the town. They do patrol the entire region, but as far as the city itself, they don't seem to have a formalized guard structure. It's quite possible, being a rural city that's kind of grown in the last few years, that they may still just use a local militia.
All right, we'll go check it out.
So you arrive at the Revelers Feast. The Revelers Feast is a mid-sized building, and when you enter the building on the floor that you're ground level, once you're on there are a number of slab-style tables set up, basically sawhorses with logs going down each side, with planks set on top of the sawhorses. And you're brought in. The owner waves cheerily at you as the staff brings you in, and you're seated at one of the slab tables. I don't have a map for you for this, but sort of theater of the mind, this part of it. But the floor of the room is a grate. It's set just close enough together that your feet aren't going to like fall through the holes, but far enough apart that almost anything that's tossed in the floor, like food scraps, that sort of thing, will fall through the grate and drop into the ground below it. There seems to be an opening there below it. You cannot see the bottom of it. The whole place is lit with torchlight, and they kind of do it up. They got a person who's playing the pipes. Periodically, he'll go through playing pipe music. It's not great pipe music by any means. Quorum, you could outdo them on your worst of nights. But the food is constantly brought to the table. The fee, he didn't charge you guys when you came in, because he invited you. He asked you when they went to take your money. He says, "No, these are my guests. Bring them in." But it looks like it's about like 2 silver to eat what they were asking for the groups ahead of you as they're coming in. And the room is full when you come in. And I mean, they're setting down like huge ham hocks and turkey legs and huge portions of food, and people are just eating and gnawing on it, and when they're done with it, they just pitch it over their shoulder onto the floor, and it falls through the grate and disappears. Drinks the same way. The drinks are always pouring. There's a number of, like, your servers are often tipped by other people. People are giving tips and things like that throughout the eating. And the eating progresses like that. I mean, course after course. There's like about 8 or 9 courses from the time that you all start, until it begins to wind down in the evening. And your friend appears. So, what do you think? What do you think of the food?
Quorum takes the turkey leg away from his mouth. Oh, very delicious.
I'm glad you like it. We try to keep it light. He kind of looks around the room, because the room's mostly empty at this point. He goes, "Most of the people we have in here are like your kind. Well, they're here in town on business. They're looking for good food, cheap food. Most of this we source ourselves, or we pay for here in the town. I get the drinks and the drinks from the local breweries at usually a cut rate because ultimately we're helping them sell their goods. So, as you can see, all the refuse and the trash go to the floor, and then actually, at last the tables gets up and leaves, and he waits for his staff to go ahead and start, preparing to clean the room for the evening. And they literally just go to the tables. Like I said, they're just planks, and a couple of them go to each end. They just literally turn the planks over and just throw the scraps and stuff off the floor. Make sure they pick their dishes and stuff out, of course, first. But they just pitch it over the floor and stomp it through the grate. You hear it clatter to the ground below. Yes. When we left last night, I actually purposely gave you a table that he was at. He was sitting right there, and he points actually to where Dash is sitting. He goes, he was sitting right there. And
that's what was so sticky under your seat, Dash.
Oh no, we cleaned that. We cleaned a little bit. We always take buckets and rinse the grate down the evening. Otherwise, it gets kind of foul in here. But he was sitting right there. My Marco over there asked me what to do about it. I said, just let him sleep it off, and said you'll be back here in a couple hours to start baking the bread. So, they'll be able to start baking the bread. They can check on him then. I made arrangements for the check on, and that's when they came back. He wasn't there, but there was a rather disturbing place on the floor.
Do you normally wipe down your crime scene?
Well, no, but I didn't consider it to be a crime scene. It was just missing, and I couldn't leave to serve meals this evening. That wouldn't go over very well with the patrons.
Corm's going to do an investigation check to see if maybe there's something that missed.
Okay. What are you looking for there, Corum?
Like see if there's blood under the table or something
Okay.
like that. Just any kind of extra.
Dash will help you with that. Just like help
Okay.
you look around and point things out.
Okay.
I don't know if you want advantage or what.
Yeah, go and roll advantage. Yeah, you do much better though. So you don't per se see like fresh blood, but the bottom of the boards that you're on, you can see spray of blood enough that you know that it's less than 24 hours old. Underneath the bench, not the table boards, but the bench. But the table boards doesn't surprise you seeing how they're clearing the room.
Let's go downstairs and see the refuse pit.
It's okay. It's right this way. It says I'll show you in, and then I'm going to coordinate with my guys and finish up cleaning up if that's fine with you.
Absolutely.
Let me get you a new map here. I did not put your tokens here. Get you on the map. Bad Dungeon Master. Let's see. Bertra's here. This will be on the token layer, doesn't it, guys? Naya's not here. She's back at the end. Corum's here. Lightning's here. To run lightning, I can run lightning. I believe you still have access to Grun, Rand, so let you run Grun. And there's Dash. It should be everybody. I think I missed a section on the line of sight. Oops. There you go. So he brings you around to the to the cooking area, and there's a set of stairs that goes down, and he leads down into this larder area. And you can see there's ham hocks and other hocks, ham, deer, various things hanging from the ceiling in the room to be prepared for tomorrow evening. They're cured meats. You can spread out there, guys. And then along the sides are tables and shelves of prepared food or food to be prepared for the meal.
So this obviously isn't where all the refuse goes. This is just on the way to the.
Right, and he tells you that on down there to the right, there's a door. So it's not locked. Actually, it's right there where you're at, Quorum. There's a door right there that goes out, or there. But just as you're moving down through there, all of the M-hawks begin shaking and vibrating, and suddenly they seem to turn inside out.
What?
And it's pop.
I just ate one of those. Gross. Gorham's curious whether that's going to happen in his belly or not. Can I roll to see if he can retch out what he just ate?
Yeah, go for it. Well, I get these. I also need you guys to roll initiative too. So let's get them in. Somebody in there. Let's see. I see Dash. I see Corum. I see Bertra. I need Grun and Light.
4. But for some reason, his didn't seem to go in.
Populate. Okay, I'll add him in there. Give me a second. There's Lightning. Grunt on the map. I'm going to roll one for him, then I'll change it to what he got. Because he did not do that well.
Did we leave Lightning at the door?
I got her right there. I'm running her. She's up here with you guys. So, like I said, it's almost like they turn the meats turn inside out, and the flesh part falls to the ground. Well, everything falls to the ground, but then the flesh part kind of sloughs and moves. Half-size skeletons pop up. They're only like about knee height. Even the humans in the group, which would be Quorum. So, what do you do, guys? Dash, you're up first. Dash,
I assume they look slightly aggressive.
Yeah, actually, yeah, they look aggressive, and they're all over the place, as you can tell.
Perfect. I'm gonna spin around with my double scimitar and try to take off this thing's head that's right in front of me.
Okay, let's see it.
Is that within 5 feet of lightning? Do I get sneak attack or no?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So 13 total.
13 total, nice.
And I will actually use. Actually, no. I'll just bonus attack it since.
Okay.
I think it's going right next. So. And I'll spin around with the back end, hit it, and.
Oh, nice.
Even if it's still on its feet, I will move back and take the. Oh, never mind. It's quite dead.
Yeah, your first slash, you come down and you come back around with the backswing. It just clatters to nothingness on the floor.
Perfect. Then I'll jump back up. I can only assume it's a table in this corner.
Yes, those are tables.
Hopefully higher than it is, but yeah, jump back up.
Yeah, it's about head height to those things. So, okay, so that takes care of you.
Oh, real quick,
You're fine.
Quorum's initiative to 4. It was 24 before.
Oh, I meant to change Grun's, not yours.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I just noticed that. I was like, wait a
We can fix that. We can fix that. Okay, there you go, Corm. You're up next.
Corm's gonna pull out his rapier, and he's going to step between Bertrand and Grun. First one, he's gonna target the one on the left.
Okay.
He's just going to, I'll use a booming blade just in case it moves.
Okay.
It doesn't do the thunder damage. It just it
Yeah.
does 14 damage.
And that one just gets scattered to the ground. Makes a noise just like the child in the background.
Oh shit! I forgot that this mic was on. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. It's just perfect sound effect. It's perfect timing.
Get upstairs. My 2-year-old just
Oh,
going
she's
crazy,
fine.
running down the basement.
She's fine. Okay, what else from Rand? Or not Rand, from Corum.
Shoot, I was. Hold on 1 second.
You're fine. Go ahead. With the next.
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Yeah, he'll stay right there.
Okay.
He'll,
One scurries from the back, and it's still listed. They don't actually do. It attempts to hit Corum, which I don't think does a damn bit of good on Corum. Nope. Misses Corum totally. Where's that one? Oh, he's back here too. Oh, he runs up and he joins in and tries to hit Corum too. Really, I have a room full of enemies and they can't even hit you guys. This is going to be bad. And scurries around the outside edge and goes after Grun, which is probably a mistake. Oh, wait a minute.
I think that actually
hits Grun. Bites into, slashes into Grun with its arms. Another short skeleton. Yeah. Oh, he's way back in the back. Zoom in on my map. He runs up, also attempts to attack Corum. Really? They can hit the guy who's not here, but the person who's here, they can't hit. Go figure.
I was going to defensive flourish just because I figured this was about to happen, but it ended up killing him in the process. So.
Yeah. This one also swings at you, poor Corum. Maybe one of them might. That one actually hits you. You get a hit.
And it's like the lowest damage possible.
Exactly. That's okay. That's okay.
Well, I think it has advantage if that matters.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, it might get a crit.
Yeah, it's okay.
Are we playing with flanking advantage in your game as well?
I do sometimes. That 15, does that hit you?
No, he's got 17.
Okay, so I thought. Okay, so that takes care of it. Oh, now I need lighting. Let's see. Lighting spell.
Man, this is where cantrip, sword or something like that would have come in handy.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Just like had something. Let's take her flame. She'll take her flame one. So there's a sacred flame at this one right here. He'll need to save. Not a death save. Stat. Dex save. Misses, so that means take. Okay. Bertra, you're up.
Well,
Biggest thing on the map.
I'm gonna flank around to here. But I'm gonna hit the one that's looking weak.
All right. Oh, nice. You scatter that one into pieces.
Oh, time to line up on
Number
this
2.
one. Yep, just below.
Okay. Because of its size, it ducks out of the way just at the right moment, and your axe goes wishing by it, and you're going, how the hell did I miss that? Anything else?
Yeah, I think I'll use my action surge.
I figured you would.
Take another shot at it.
There you go. Back around on the backswing, connect hard with it. And it actually scoots it back just a little bit. Just a little bit there. And you can tell that you hit it hard because it doesn't look as happy as it was a few minutes ago.
And Bertra's looking incredibly happy. And that will be it.
Okay. And this one up here, he comes running up toward you and says, Bertrand, I'm going to try to hit you because you hit my buddy. And, of course, misses horribly. Another one comes running up in here, does the same thing. Oh, horrible. Horrible. Grun. What's Grun doing?
Grun is gonna use his rage, and then when he rages, does that activate his storm aura? Does he get to use that? It says your 10-foot aura activates when you rage.
Think so.
Yeah, I don't know if it looks like it's just targeted, so I'm gonna have that storm aura
Okay.
hit this one right here.
All right. Yeah. Saving failure DC. I think it's a dex save. A stat block. That saves.
Okay.
Takes dex save. Half on success, so still gets 4 on that. Which, ironically enough, is almost enough. It's not looking good.
Which one? This little guy in front of him?
This little guy in front of Grun.
What? All right, I thought they had more. Sorry, 1 second.
You're fine.
For his next attack, he's gonna use his battle axe on
Okay.
the one that's already weakened.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Oh, that's it. He's done.
Grunt
He's
is
done.
Just gonna get ready to charge. He might actually move right here.
Okay.
In the threat range of that though.
Not a problem.
And that's it for him.
That skeleton remove because he dead. This one can attack Bertra. As well, Bertra's there. Oh, Bertra! This little thing got a piece of you.
I will use my thick hides.
Oh, okay. That back. So, back.
By 4, yeah.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yep. Dash from the top of the table, beginning a second round.
Well, seeing how quickly these things are going down, Dash will be a little bit braver. I'll run up behind that one. And do a nice little flourishing spin and try to slice it in the midsection.
All right.
And apparently miss.
Yes. It ducks.
Well, then I'll just keep spinning and take another swing at it.
Okay. Didn't duck that.
And sneak attack because of Bertra.
Scatter its bones all over the room.
Perfect. And then I will take 5 feet of movement to move back up.
Back on the table.
Well, gotta do my best to stay as far out of combat.
All right, Gorham, what are you up to?
Corm's rapier still in his hand. He's going to try to stab that little one through the brain hole.
Okay.
Oh, super stab.
Yeah, you super stab, that's for sure.
This is
Okay.
goes,
Look right there.
Yep, goes down.
Down. Anything else out of Gorham?
Can Corm jump over these little things?
Yeah, they're only like about 2 foot tall.
He's gonna try to leap over this one here, this other side.
Okay, give me an athletics check. Let's see how well you'd make that. Getting over it won't be a problem. Just yeah, it's not a graceful leap, but it's not an incompetent leap either. As you jump over it.
Oh, should I have done acrobatics? I got killer acrobatics.
I'll let you reroll it for acrobatics.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. Not only do you leap, not only do you leap over it, you somersault over it, and completely. In fact, because that roll, do this. Give me an attack. Sweet. So as you go vaulting over it, you do a complete somersault over it. And as you do, you swing your rapier out above your head as you're doing it, and you slash across it and smash it in the head and drop it. Okay, that's probably all Quorum can do. Let's see. Oh, look there. He can't do anything because he's dead. He can't do anything because... Wait a minute. He dead?
Looks like the wounded one.
Yep, he's the wounded one. Oh, he'll go try to attack Quorum. He should have just not done anything at all. Been better off. Okay, that one's going to try to attack Grun. Grun's there. Oh, really?
Damn. I'll keep him alive.
I'm sure we'll keep him alive. It's just the only ones they seem to be able to hit. Okay, that one's. I think I need to modify them. Lightning. Do something. Lightning's me. Lightning has had enough of this. And let's see how many of these. Let's see.
Oh,
30. I think they're all within 30 feet. That was actually my intent when I cast that. All of them. All that's still living anyway, so. Block. How many do I got here? 1, 2. I only got 4 left.
You got a 0.
Oh my god, only one of them even saves? Only one of them saves. So we'll make it this one here in the middle is untouched. The rest of them begin fleeing, so I need an opportunity attack from Bertra.
Does it happen immediately or on their turn?
I'm going to have it happen immediately. And I need an opportunity attack from Grun. And from you as well, Corm. I'm going to move them all in a row so I know which ones these guys are.
Grunted.
Okay. Bertra hit. Didn't drop it, but she hit it. Grun. That probably hit.
Grun got the one I'm pinging now, and Corum
Yep.
took out the other one.
That one died. One Grun hit, which is actually beside you, Nick. Well, actually, no. About right there. Those two got that far. Okay. Lightning's like, yep, need to get away from me. Bertra, what are you doing?
Right. I'm going to try and take out this one.
Okay.
I thought you just immediately put a red X on it.
No. They looked like it was two stacked there, and there was, so. You get a hold of, there we go. Let me get the actual right one. There we are. Move this one. Dead. You slashing him pretty hard there. What was the extra roll there for? Oh, never mind. I know what that was.
Get large.
Yeah, it's the brute.
Yep, that's what I said. Never mind. Into splinters. Anything else?
Then I chase after
Want to get away?
Yeah.
Okay.
and use bonus action to slice.
Yeah. That one turns into powder.
Then I'll just wait around, see if they take care of the last one.
Grun's gonna make sure he gets this last one.
Okay.
Not gonna gore and rush. He's just gonna move forward. And can I, even though hammering horns is a bonus action, can he hammering horns it and then attack?
Yeah.
If he's
Yeah.
going to-
I'm not. I don't care about the sequence there.
He wants to. Oh my gosh.
He missed. And when he missed, he hit the table and up into the table. There's now food all over the floor.
There's a big gourd stuck to his horn.
There's a baked potato stuck on his horn.
He recovers quickly.
He recovers clearly and just says, "Nope, you're not going anywhere," and destroys the last one. Should take us out of combat. Yeah.
Gorm's gonna heal Grun for 5 hits.
Okay. Puts him at 32 or 35, so he's in good shape. Grun looks at him and goes, "Why did the hams attack us?"
Safe to assume that something here is going on. Maybe we should go clear out the room where we really think that there was danger. This is it's a little bit scary. If anybody else had come down here to get the food, who knows what would happen?
Lightning's like, "Just remember you have a cleric. Undead, I can take care of." So there's actually a door right here in front of Bertra.
Does Grun pick up the ham hock and start chewing on it?
Well, he would,
Grun
but
does
unfortunately,
meat.
yeah. But unfortunately, the ham, when it exploded and turned into little mini skeletons, there's just like chunks of ham all over the floor now.
Oh, got it. Yeah, he'll
That you all have now crumpled all over, and there's bone dust in it, and mashed potatoes. There's still a baked potato stuck on Goran. Well, it's not a baked potato. just a potato.
Afternoon snack.
Lightning would actually still be likely to try to eat one of these, judging by her dietary choices in the past.
True.
Or their dietary choices in the past.
She'd be collecting bone dust.
Yeah, actually, probably safe to say that she probably collected bone dust out of that. Probably any of the spellcasters collected bone dust out of that, to be honest. So
Dash is going to stay in the back and be like, you guys can take the front. I don't think we have to worry about being sneaky.
All right. Bertra's good.
tell me when you're ready and I'll open the door.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. The door itself is not locked. I mean, it's shut. Latch on it. It's not like a hard to manipulate type of latch. It's just a latch. The room beyond, you can see in it there a little bit. I'm going to map out here for our viewers. There are mounds of refuge, and you can see now. I'm going to describe because I don't know how much see various things. In the corners, you'll see like in various places, you'll see mesh. That's actually above you. That's the grate on the floor above you guys.
Nice.
And scattered throughout the map, you're going to see piles of garbage. Traveling through any pile of garbage is considered difficult terrain. You can see a tunnel, Bertra, on the far west side. Far east side of the map there, and that's based on what the proprietor told you, Jacob Jacobson. That is the tunnel that the staff will use to. They shove the garbage down that way when they clean up. You can see they got some piles of garbage here on the floor, and they clean it once a week. You can see these piles of garbage. Lightning moves up closer to Dash. Lightning actually will post her. She's going to post up right here by the door until she's needed, which is right where Dash apparently wants to stand.
Yeah, gotta avoid the fight.
Bertra would like to investigate the piles of
Okay.
garbage.
Which one are you starting with, Bertra?
Just going to work around them, like top two first and then the bottom one.
Okay.
Snack.
Okay, so when you come up there, describe to me what you're doing there, Bertra. So I know you're investigating. Are you poking at it with a sword,
Yeah.
or okay?
Poking out with the sword.
So you start poking at it with a sword. You see bits of pieces of dinners and things like that, and then suddenly something rises up out of it. Roll for initiative.
Guess who's going first?
Get grunting.
I don't know what's going on. The changed quorums when I rolled Grun's initiative, it changed quorums to 12. So that must be what happened last time.
Okay. What was Corin supposed to be? Corin was 21.
Yeah.
Do that, and then I'll add grunt in myself. That's okay. Where did grunt?
Here, let me try to
I got him.
That did do it.
I got it.
I was gonna say, were you clicking different tokens between, or were you just clicking on your character sheet?
No, I got their character sheets open on the right monitor, and I just rolled those. I wasn't thinking, but if I do target a token first and do the initiative that way, so I'll remember that.
So, out of this pile of garbage as you're poking at it, and Corum, you see, you look at the other way at the same time, and Grun's looking the other way. Almost instantaneously, out of all three piles of garbage, these dark figures rise up. out of it. Now the one in up here, this one, literally looks like bones, a collection of bones just assemble under a dark cloak, and it's standing there. Dash, what do you do?
Well, I can only assume that these are bad things, so since I have my short bow out, I'm going to shoot an arrow at this one in the northwest. Apparently stuck with my bow now. And then I'm going to slip back into this other room and attempt to stealth with, or attempt to hide.
You actually miss with your short bow shot.
Oh, I definitely did.
Cora, what are you doing?
Sorry, I mean, would he have any?
And give me a history check. Let's see. You, and because of some of the stuff that's going on in Gumtar Stronghold, you've heard of wights before. You know they're a type of undead, but this other thing that look like bones putting themselves together, you don't know what the hell that is.
Alright, Corum's gonna. Bow's not out. He's going to cast very. Let me see if 20-foot range. I just want to see if I can get the north guy and this guy. It looks pretty good to me right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, so potentially affect this guy.
Okay. Yep, makes sense. Let's cast it there. Get fairy fire, so let's see. Each object range is outlined blue-green. Okay, so give me a second here. Oh, I can't put those on it.
Let me switch over spells. Charisma save DC's 13.
Yeah. Let's see what they do. I'm looking for how I can mark them real quick. Because I use auras, I can't just throw an aura on it. Actually, nope, I can't do the aura. Something else. Okay, no problem. I'll just mark them with token. Fail. Okay, let's start with the one down here. That block. Charisma save?
13. It's a dex save versus.
Dex save. That's what I was looking for. There we go.
Oh yes.
Okay, so, and I'm gonna, since I can't actually put an aura on him, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put a big green dot down there so we know he's got an aura out around him.
This way, Dash can apply a sneak attack from range.
Yep. And let's see.
And we get advantage on it because apparently I can't.
Oh!
Oh yes. All right.
Oh! Actually, I rolled a check, but I'm gonna let it stand. That was my fault. So.
Well, with +5 to his roll.
Yeah, but he has a +8 on his save, but
Oh, okay.
it still wouldn't have mattered. He rolled a 1.
Got it. Got lucky.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Um,
So they're now glowing in the dark.
and then Corum's gonna step back as well.
Okay.
I'm a little bit unsure what's gonna happen. He's gonna go kind of move to protect lightning though.
Okay. So he can go to. Let's see.
17 to hit.
Know that I'm deciding what he's gonna do. Okay. produces a longsword and swings at you twice, missing both damn times.
Whew.
I hate my monster.
Close. No.
And good thing you weren't affected by your fairy fire. Would have sucked.
Yeah.
Lightning tells everybody, get them closer together, and she will attempt her turn undead on them. But they're too spread out right now. Double check to make sure I'm right on that, but pretty sure I am. It's got to be within 30 foot of her. Yeah. So in the meantime,
Does she have a spiritual weapon?
so I'm actually looking through what she's got prepared here. Cure wards, cure strength, find, remove traps, lesser, restoration. No, she doesn't have a spiritual weapon in prepared. Or nor does she have it apparently. But she does have Sacred Flame. As a cantrip, so. That's the wrong one. I grabbed the wrong stat block. I was trying to scroll back so I have to pull it up. Yeah. Takes the hit, doesn't get full damage, so 4. Actually, no, wait a minute.
I don't know that it doesn't have to regenerate.
It doesn't. So he dodged it. That's what I was checking. I don't play spellcasters often, so. Other one comes down to visit with Bertra. Bertra, make a con save. Oh, no, didn't hit you. Reaches out and tries to hug you, but doesn't succeed. He wants to be your friend. Yeah. Oh, shit!
What? Holy crap.
It comes down and attempts to bite Bertra. Bertra. I'm sure 20 hits you.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
And that reduces it by what, 4?
4,
Okay.
leaving me with 7 hit points.
You know what lightnings in my bonus actions are going to be next round?
Grun, what is Grun doing? As he just saw Bertra get decimated by this thing.
Yeah, he's got to help Bertra. It's Bertra, so he's going to rage. Oh,
Corum snorts loudly.
and then he's going to move in and battle instead.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna just roll it one more time, just to
Yeah.
just to make sure.
See if he gets a crit.
Oh my god!
Oh, he got a crit. He got a crit.
Nice. So yeah, I don't know, whichever damage we want. The 13 plus 6.
Yep. Got it. Got it in there.
I'm trying to think. So it says when he rages, can I use that storm aura thing again?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do it on that.
On the creature.
Yeah, the one that
That's a dex saving. Yeah, dex.
Gotcha. That's probably not
Oof!
Yeah.
Yeah, he easily dodges that.
Okay. That's it for Grun. Hang in there, Bertra.
Bertra, what are you doing?
I just noticed as well, the bite target must make a DC 16 save to suffer the effects of wine blood venom?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a
Oh.
I'm not too worried about that right now.
Okay.
Like the part that says it's when he'll rise as a zombie.
Yeah, I'll give you one round on that one, so don't worry.
I'm gonna use my second wind.
Get back 30 hit points. Okay.
And then I need to kill this thing.
You got advantage on it, remember.
Yep.
Just...
Nice.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all. You actually hit it, but it doesn't seem to take as much damage as you think it should.
Oh god.
Great switch to magical.
Nope. I'm gonna pull back one, but still keeping melee.
Keeping in range so you don't get a opportunity attack. Sounds like
Yeah.
a plan. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
No.
Come on, we got 8 minutes. Let's do
Okay.
one more.
Fair enough. I'll give you one more round. One more round. So that brings it around to Dash.
Okay. Can I drop my bow and step forward, pull out the +1 dagger I'm carrying,
Okay.
and I'm gonna whip it across at that thing.
Okay.
I don't want to be near it.
You don't want to be near it. Gee, I wonder why. Oh, look at that. You critted it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and sneak attack.
Yep.
Double. You want me to roll sneak attack twice or just double whatever it is?
Just, yeah, we'll double it hit. So, there you go.
Sweet. And then I will just bravely step back further away. Can I use my bonus action to attempt to hide? So hopefully they don't know.
Sure. That brings it to Corum.
All right, seeing Bertra get mauled makes him kind of want to change his tactics a bit. So he's going to risk the attack of opportunity and rush over here. To rapier this guy.
He missed you.
Thank God. At least that's what I forgot about the advantage. Sorry.
Yeah, reroll that because you got advantage.
Oh,
Oh, what? Roll that again.
Really?
Yeah, roll it again.
It
Okay.
just I got a 1, a 1, and a 3 in a row.
Wow.
Corum's act of bravery completely failed. I'm gonna say that he does do a defensive flourish at the same time.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so at least his armor class is temporarily 23 instead of 7.
Okay. Excellent. Okay.
And then he's gonna bonus action healing word Bertra.
Okay.
7.
Here. It. Close. Lightning. Life drain.
Of
Oh, of course! Of course. Let's see if she can make the con save. Tap block. Saving
Bertra,
throw.
did you get the hit points back?
Yeah, I gave her hit points. She fails the con save.
Oh,
So she takes 7 points of damage. Yep. Her max is reduced to, that is now, 17 is now her max hit points. Let me go to her sheet.
well, temporarily.
Yeah. This thing is go to temporary hit points and mark it. Actually, I'll just make it. Try if I go stick this. Okay, I'll just.
3 months in a row. That's doing that same.
Sheets.
On a side note, I don't know if you noticed, you got a 9 for the damage on the one time you hit with or you rolled a 3. So you got a 9 each time as a crit.
That's weird.
Well, lightning
1 damage.
does not like the situation, but you all did exactly what she asked. They're all now within range. Close your sheet.
Bend down and grab Dash's dagger from the creature's shoulder.
It should be firmly embedded in it somewhere.
No doubt.
Might be hard to pull out.
Stat block. Wisdom. Saving. White 1 succeeds. Yep, it succeeds. White 2 fails. This guy. One of truth, guys, right here. It succeeds. Okay. This one. Start away. And lightning lets it run because she knows if she hits it, it could come back at her. So she'll let it run. So she at least got 1 out of the fight for you. White 2, or White 1, who is not out of the fight, tries to attack Bertra twice, hitting, and defenders win tie, so Bone Collective. Gotta cool. Gotta check something. I just kind of let you guys know what the hell it was.
Go for 4.
It literally flies into pieces and swarms at you, Corum. And dozens of bits of pieces of bone flying into you.
Of course, when I got
Yeah, it gets a 27. Go figure.
Alright, so.
And got your damage, and it moves it over to here. And then it reassembles it as itself after it does that. Make sure that that's the only thing you can do is try to make sure there's no other. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, even with advantage, I got a 9. Yeah, I failed. Charisma damage. That's not
Yeah. The roll here for you. 26. Roll 1d6. Your charisma is currently reduced by 6.
Okay.
And you're going to have to make that save.
Ouch.
Poison.
No, it wasn't conscious.
Yeah. Oh!
Sorry, no, I accidentally clicked charisma check when I was trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mark it. I'll write it as a temporary.
That's fine. Let's see. Poison creature repeats the saving throw every 4 hours, taking another d6 charisma damage on each failure. So you're basically in a poison status. We're going to do this, just so we remember you're poisoned, until you can deal with it.
At least we know lightning has lesser restoration.
It's a good thing, huh? Okay, and that brings us to Grun, who just saw Bertra get wailed on, Quorm get wailed on. So what's Grun going to do?
Oh, I'm sorry. Grun is going to wail on this thing.
Okay.
He's going to use his battle axe.
Okay. Oh, nice. Nice.
He might not need that, but he's going to try that. He doesn't want to put his head in there. Even he's going to Storm Aura.
Okay.
The other one that's
Going on the other side there. Yeah, okay. That'd be a definite nope. Okay. Bertra, what are you up to?
Butcher's gonna move forward again to help with flanking and stuff.
Alright.
Do I have to make that save now? Because you gave me one turn of grace.
And I'm not going to have you make it at all. I gave you a 1 turn on total because I didn't have a chance to read the stat on it.
Oh, okay.
So just hope you don't get hit by it again.
Well, I'm gonna wail on the big bad one
Okay.
twice.
Second one, however, is not a miss. But it's not doing as much damage as you expect it to do. You are hurting it.
Well, that will be it.
Okay.
You had advantage on that guy, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Make another set of rolls.
Nope.
Or make a roll at advantage for your greatsword. Here's someone's Discord going off in the background, so must be chatting. That actually hits. Barely. Okay. Now you can say that's it. And that brings us to the beginning of round 3. Dash, what are you doing?
Dash will unhappily run out there with his double scimitar.
Because he has no magic dagger now.
He does not. So he will use ability, which doubles his movement. So that's 10 out to there. 20, 30, 40. It's close enough. Seeing everyone else get wailed on, will do his best to help before he attempts to run away again.
Oh!
And
And it's silvered?
It is.
Right, it is.
What I spent that extra money on before we left.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, he said he'd just double whatever I roll up.
Yeah.
So, nothing great there, but
it does not like your silvered weapon.
and I will actually use signature weapon.
Okay.
Which I think I set this up wrong. I think I have to click on him, but it shouldn't do any damage. Just make it. This is probably gonna be easy for him. Dexterity, DC 15, saving throw. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to sweep his legs so he falls to the ground, prone.
Yeah. Doesn't
No falls.
Doesn't fall.
And that. I use the rest of my movement to get on the opposite side of him,
Okay.
staying within reach.
You guys all definitely have him flanked, so right now all of your all's attacks would be at advantage.
And he has fairy fire.
Plus he has fairy fire. Okay, Corum.
Oh God, great. No. Yeah.
Oh, nice hit.
Jabs that magical rapier right in the thing's.
It screams in pain. It's not happy. It's not looking good. It's looking for a way to get away, but there is no way for it to go. It's surrounded. Anything else at a Corum?
Yeah, Corum's got to heal himself a little bit.
Okay.
So bonus action, he'll upcast it as a level 2 spell, but currently we're going to have to adjust it a little bit because my charisma, I don't get the +3.
Okay.
So it's literally just
the base roll.
5 hit points instead of 8.
Okay. +5. Got it.
And then because Corum hit that guy,
Mm-hmm.
his mobile feat is not going to go back up to visit lightning.
You're gonna go visit lightning, huh?
Actually, he's going to go really visit lightning on this side of lightning.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, that brings us around to White 2, who is currently afraid, and that brings us to Lightning. Lightning sees what's going on with Corum, realizes how bad off he is. Believes she has Healing Word prepared. So she casts a Healing Word on you, Corum, giving you 5 more hit points. There you go. White 1 is going to try to hug Bertra again. Try being the operative word there. This guy is not happy, the big bad. He is trying to find a way to get away. And he will attack who? Probably can roll for it. Actually, no. Well, yeah. He will bite at Dash.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
So Dash is literally dead. Done.
Dead?
Character over. Yeah. I had 23.
Oh no.
In this game, he just dropped to 0, right?
Yeah.
He's just dead. Although that's like insanely massive damage. I've never encountered an enemy in this game that does that much damage.
Dash is red lying on the floor. Here's the bad part. Actually has a claw. I just haven't had him use. He's not going to use the claw. He's going to, now he's got Dash on the floor, he's going to try to flee. So give me opportunity attacks from all 3 of you.
Dash doesn't hit him,
No.
Dash is dead.
Dash is on the ground. Great sword attack misses. Battle axe hits. Kills it. I gotta check. Give me 1 sec. In this edition, because his hit points are way below.
Yeah, I don't know.
For 5e, if you actually go below your maximum,
Your max hit points, you're dead. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So I was actually trying to confirm that. I was like, how close to dead is he? But Dash is gone.
Nope.
That sucks.
Character. See, that's why Dash is not praised.
Not the accountant! Not the accountant!
Oh God.
That brings us to Grun. Oh wow.
Holy crap. Run is enraged. Even more so seeing Dash
Destroyed form.
corpse. I mean, literally just taking the I imagine Dash has no head left after that. Like, the creature just mauled his whole head. He got it. So, Run is going to rush over to this guy. Oh shit, that was with the damage. But actually, that first hit is a 17, so.
Let's see some. I'm just rolling this double checks. Drawing it right. Making sure it was.
It's
4d12, yeah. Yep. Okay, so Grun hits with his axe for 17. Or actually, for 11.
And then he's gonna hammer horns.
Okay.
Shit, sorry, I keep doing it. Again, 23 was the first swing. Sorry.
That's fine.
Don't worry, you totally get advantage for the rage that you feel right now.
Yeah, for the rage, he's fine. Bertra, what are you doing?
Bertra's gonna flank around this thing, and she is going to chop its head off. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
The Form shouldn't have moved away. Form should.
When I get... Sorry, I've got advantage from flanking, or is that... No.
Yeah, you got advantage for flanking. So you're good. There you go. Doesn't seem to hurt it as much as you expect it to, but it does hurt it. And... Corum.
Well, Form was gonna try to heal Dash.
You can still try! Miss.
Yes. Yeah, he's still gonna. Use second level spell again.
Okay.
This time on Bertra.
Okay.
It would be
5.
Sorry.
That white is gone. Flees out the tunnel and here to the lair. Other layer. Yeah, there's a dozen more of these things out there. Okay, lightning in the empty sky. Lightning is not happy. She pulls in closer, not close, but closer, and uses her actually she comes up behind Corum and touches him and uses Cure Wounds, giving him 5 hit points back.
Just less restoration for me.
Hopefully she has it prepared.
Something just seems
Yes, she does.
She always rolls the same thing. Get like the Cure Wounds approach too.
Yeah. And that white, looking around, he is also in the mind to flee, and he tries to run. Which gives you 3 opportunity attacks, please. If he gets it. Rapier missed. Run. Bertra, you hit.
Grun missed too. One.
Grun misses 2. It's right there. That's dead. Which brings it to Grun. Yeah, that's what I figured Grun would do.
He's not letting his rage subside.
Oh yeah, there we go. That destroys it. Unless you all plan to chase the one that fled, we can drop combat.
It's probably fast as us, so
It's not as fast as me.
I'll do this. Grun's there, so Bertra, what are you doing?
Run over here, pick up Cash's scimitar, and chase it to kill him.
Okay. You're going to have a disadvantage wielding that weapon.
You might want to pick up the dagger.
I'm special. I have scimitar proficiency.
It's not a regular scimitar. It's a double-bladed scimitar.
I thought those were elven weapons.
They're actually a racial weapon for his species.
Really?
Yes, it's actually something Dash and I created.
I was reading on the Darian or whatever World Anvil. It was like this elven weapon.
Yes, the base we used was an elven weapon. The weapon was elven, but it's also his species picked it up too.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I had to take a special proficiency in it, not just scimitar. I had to do double bladed.
Yep. So you can wield it. You're just a disadvantage with it.
I'll still want to try to kill him.
Yeah. Bertra, what are you doing?
Bertra's gonna try and keep up, but
Okay.
moving out this pile, it's. I don't.
Okay. So,
I guess I'm just curious. Is it like, is this just a dead end?
don't know until you get there. Corum, you're.
Entrance, man. The festival.
No, the entrance is over here. This is where they get rid of the refuge at.
Okay.
Corum, you're up.
Alright, I'm just gonna go see what we can see there.
Give me a perception check. Okay. The tunnel goes about 10-15 foot. It's empty. And then it opens up into the outside and the river. It's got away.
Okay.
It fled.
Corum comes back. Right. He's gonna take off his new loot and do a little dirge for Dash.
Okay.
Mournful tone. Is there any saving him?
You know of in the world, you know that there are ways to bring people back from the dead. They're not common, but they could be found in big cities like Gumtar. And other places as well. But there are ways to bring the dead back.
Does anyone know if Dash had a DNR?